Hey, I wanted to make a quick video on my 2016 Audi S3, so applicable for an A3 or RS3, anything based on that. So I was not having a lot of luck finding alternatives for CarPlay. This was the first thing that I found that really worked. This is actually made by this company, Clearmount. If you've got one of these cars, you may very well know about this already. But you just take your two vents out. There's a plastic carbon fiber looking, I don't know if it actually is or not, piece that goes on there. And then there's a mount here that it attaches to. And normally that would then connect into your cigarette lighter. But with what I've been doing here, I've got it set up a little different. I did try a couple of the in-dash or behind-dash setups. Those didn't work for me for one reason or another. And I also tried a software, but I never got as far as trying that in the car. The gentleman at the company said that for whatever reason, my particular car, even though that they said a 2016 you can do it, did not work. I believe this is an early 2016, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I've never been able to find an aftermarket solution that works there. So I was looking at Carpuride and a couple other things, and this one actually worked for me, and I hadn't seen anything out there, so I wanted to share it and see if others could benefit from it. So what I have is the 701 Pro model of Carpuride. Let me get it in there so you can kind of see it. And then I have it plugged into my cigarette lighter back there. You do obviously lose the use of your cup holders, which isn't great, but for me, sorry, storm going on. I just utilized the cup holders on the side, so that's not too bad. It will slide out, the mount that I used, and then I did order some additional tubing and some sheet that I'll use to make something a little more permanent down the road. But anyway, this has worked really well for me. The people at Clearmounts, that is a great product. It's gotten me a long way. Just with texting and things like that, I just preferred to have something that actually had CarPlay in it. For me, the power comes off to the left here, obviously, and then I got a, I think this is a 12-inch right angle USB, so that I could still charge my phone off of the clear mount. So that's worked really well, actually. Yeah, so if you're looking, 701 Pro, that's what it looks like, attached in there, and best of luck. Thanks. Okay, so if you're curious, this is how you, I did use one of the factory brackets from Carpuride. Those will index up and out, which you do need that every once in a while. So for me, right now, it's just like Gorilla taped in there, but I do have some material to fill the cup holders and then put a blank across that portion there. So that's my next plan. But for right now, just to mock it up, it has actually worked really well. Sorry for the close-up there. But just for me, for initially trying it out to see if it works, that has worked great. A little fingerprint happy on the screen, but that's a pretty easy penalty to pay for what you get out of it. And then the other thing that I would mention is, in this position, it's not great. On the automatic display dimming is not great. So I've found a level that kind of works for me in all light, and that's what I go with. So, but otherwise, it's really good positioning. So you kind of have your gear shift here, and so you can kind of steady yourself on there as you work the screen. So, yep, again, really good setup for me for this car.